period of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day, Honorable Speaker. The justification for this, Honorable Speaker, is that, as members are aware, we are burning midnight oil to complete the processes ahead of us. Yesterday, members left here almost at midnight because we are trying to do justice to our country insofar as processing the supplementary estimates, the budget estimates for 24-25, the division of revenue bill, and all those associated motions, Honorable Speaker. And for that reason, as members are aware, during a period when we have a budget cycle like now, actually what happens is that IFMIS technically does not work, because we could end up affecting changes, which then the IFMIS is also releasing funds on the other side. And for that reason, we need the country to operate properly, the Treasury to operate properly, and the more the reason to hasten the conclusion of the supplementary estimates so that IFMIS can start working normally, and so that the monies that we are appropriating in the supplementary can come out, and especially also so that we can be able to fast-track exchequer releases for critical areas like NGCDF and the others, Honorable Speaker. And I request Honorable Osoro, who is our very able whip, to second this motion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as I said yesterday, we have a limited time in this session, that we'll have sittings only this month, and early next month we'll again go for a short recess. And that then means that we've got to sacrifice in everything, including condensing what we consider vital so that we can be able to finish everything in time. And that is why this publication of the supplementary appropriation bill should be reduced at least from 7 to 1 day, so that again we can be able to dispense of the main budget for this financial year, Honorable Speaker. So for that reason, I beg to second. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You have seconded? I didn't hear I beg to second. Let us proceed. Honorable members, I now propose the question that, pursuant to the provisions of Order 120, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day. I think I can allow one contribution from Honorable Nyikal before.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the process we have is understood that we may have to move things faster, and therefore, to that extent, I support the change, the fast tracking of this. But, Madam Speaker, there is something we should take as a general principle. I know we are moving very fast, and even to the next item, the budget 2024 will move very fast. But I think it's an important principle that actually members get to know the document. This document has actually just arrived. I know it is exactly the same as the one we discussed yesterday, but you know that sometimes what you discussed yesterday may not be exactly the same. So I think in future, we need to actually give more time so that members can at least peruse. If something was changed from yesterday, how do we know? So I think that's an important part, but for this, I support.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 120, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 9, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, first reading. a bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and their application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2024, and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes. Order number 10, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, second reading.
The mover.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, that is the National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, be now read a second time. Honorable Speaker, the bill before us is, as Honorable Nyikal has put it, is exactly what we were debating yesterday, Honorable Speaker, and I do not need to belabor the point. The point is that, Honorable Speaker, that we are now having a supplementary tool. Generally speaking, it is for tidying up the government financials, and especially giving cognizance to the fact that we are crossing the year in June in a few days' time, and a lot has changed, and especially around interest rates, Honorable Speaker, and therefore we had to revise our CFS to reflect the current dynamics in the interest rates market and also in the exchange rate market, Honorable Speaker. And for that reason, we will be moving to the Committee of the Whole House, Honorable Speaker, so that members can get a chance to contribute even to the specifics, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, I do not wish to belabor the point. All the points that we gave yesterday stands, that the appropriations that we are doing today is adding Kenya shillings 4 billion to fertilizer. It is adding, Honorable Speaker, some money to the security agencies, Honorable Speaker, it into flood mitigation and issues around supporting Kenyans who have been heavily affected by the vagaries of the weather and excessive rains. And Honorable Speaker, we are also getting this money from what I insinuated there before, from especially CFS, where we anticipate to pay lower than budgeted in the supplementary one interest rate for our financial obligations, both domestically and externally. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, also, it is the same appropriations bill that will be giving authority so that the bodyguards and drivers for the members of this House also get their fair deal of arrears that have been pending from January. As members know, these are members with their own families. They have their lives, whereas other civil servants are facilitated. The bodyguards and drivers in this House, Honorable Speaker, have not been receiving their dues due to the constraints of money, Honorable Speaker. And in appropriating this supplementary to Honorable Speaker, will be giving authority that they get their fair dues that are from January to date, among many other things that I talked about. Honorable Speaker, generally, this was just to put resources into where the Kenyans are, that is farmers. That is why there is fertilizer in the education sector, in the security sector, the core of any administration and government and state, Honorable Speaker. And without further ado, I wish to move and request the Honorable Mary Emase. I request the Honorable Mary Emase, who is the chairperson of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, to second this motion of the appropriations bill for the supplementary two. The Vice Chairperson.
I second. Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, be read a second time. Minority Leader, you may I'll give you a few minutes.
Whereas I agree, Honorable Speaker, that we need to put the question, I thank you for indulging me so that I can say one or two things. First and foremost, I want to commend the work of the budget committee in the last couple of weeks.
Chairperson, budget, you're being addressed.
I don't know if he's listening to me. Members are hearing.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I wanted to say that I needed to commend the Budget and Appropriations Committee for the good work they have been able to do in the last couple of weeks. I can see my friend Babu Owino is there. I don't know who else is here. Members of the committee. Hey, Mwashako himself, the chairman of the CPs. Honorable Atandi is there. Honorable Ruto Dinga, and many other members who have done an exceptional job in the last couple of weeks, trying to deal with very serious issues. First and foremost was the issue of mediation, then on the Division of Revenue Bill, and then they have dealt with the issue of the main estimates for the next financial year, and now they've been able to deal with this issue of supplementary estimates too. Honorable Speaker, as I commend the committee under the able chairmanship of my good friend, the Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, let me say one thing. We have got a problem still with money earmarked for political parties. Honorable Speaker, you will recall that in supplementary estimates 1, monies that had been budgeted for political parties funding was reduced from 1.4 billion shillings to a mere 600 million shillings. That is a reduction of a whopping 800 million shillings. The committee has attempted to remedy the anomaly by reinserting back some money, a paltry 200 million shillings, the committee of the budget. And I'm saying this because I'm aware that the parent committee of JLAC had not done justice to the political parties funding in their report to the budget committee. But that is now out under the bridge. The committee on budget and appropriations has made some positive steps by bringing back some money. But that is not enough, especially bearing in mind that none other than a court of law gave orders that that reduction in supplementary estimate 1 was unconstitutional, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I don't want to see a situation whereby this House continues to be bombarded with court orders on issues which are straightforward, Honorable Speaker. The political parties fund is a fund which is ring-fenced under the law. Under the law, Honorable Speaker. If we look at the Political Parties Act at section 23, 24, 25, it is clear. The political parties fund is 0.3% of the total national revenue, Honorable Speaker. In the same manner, the national government, the CDF fund is ring-fenced. The political parties fund is equally ring-fenced. Honorable Speaker, I want to plead that going forward, first and foremost, we need to ensure that in the new financial year, we put in place enough money. We budget for the political parties funding in accordance with the law. But having done so, once we do so, let us resist the temptation to reduce that money in the subsequent supplementary estimates, because it will be contrary to the law, Honorable Speaker. Political parties are the foundation of our multi-party democracy. Political parties, functioning political parties are the basis of our multi-party democracy under the Constitution. And we must work extremely hard and ensure as a House that we are not part of the forces that are being seen as negating the spirit of multi-party democracy, which is enshrined in the Constitution. I hope and pray as I conclude, that in the monies that have not been reinstated for the political parties funding are going to find their way in the main budget for the financial year 2024-2025. it is incumbent upon all of us to do so. Honorable Speaker, you know, sometimes people can argue. But let me tell you, the day you will kill political parties, and I can see Honorable David Ochieng, who is one of the political party leaders, is looking at me. Yes, Honorable Ochieng, you agree with me that political parties are critical institutions of governance, and they are institutions that we must strive to strengthen as a house. As a house. I want to, and you know, I am a proud member of the ODM party, Honorable Speaker. Not only a member, but a ranking member of the ODM party. And I am hoping that all of us who belong to various political parties will see the sense in ensuring that we protect those parties. The only way to do so is first by funding them adequately. Let me conclude again, as I reiterate, Honorable Meli, please allow Honorable Ndindi to listen to me. Let me conclude by reiterating what I said earlier on, that the Budget and Appropriations Committee is working under very difficult circumstances, trying to balance budgets under very, 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 very unfavorable fiscal environment. And I must commend them for the work that they have been doing. Let us continue to support this committee, which is what I would call the mother committee, you know, in this house. And with those very many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I want to support the appropriations bill for supplementary estimates 2. And I hope and trust that this is going to be the last time we are dealing with what is called supplementary 2. Going forward, let us do only one supplementary budget, if need be, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, and I support.
Thank you, honorable members. I now put the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024 be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill.
Point of order.
A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and the application towards the services of the year ending on the 30th June 2024 and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes.
Before we proceed, I can see there's a point of order for the Deputy Leader.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you on this and allow me, Honorable Speaker, to just say one thing and thank the Honorable Leader of Minority for supporting the Appropriations Act. We want to thank you very, very sincerely on this, and that is the spirit of democracy, where you give and take. And you've raised a very important point. Political parties is the anchor of democracy in this country, and that anchor can never be destroyed. Because if we destroy political parties and the anchor for democracy in this country, then this country will have no direction. So I want to thank you. And it is very important, Honorable Speaker, that political parties must be funded. Because without properly funding of political parties, we will not have strong political parties that we can anchor our democracy and move forward as a country. Honorable Speaker, as I support the idea of having this money in the budget that has been returned to the budget, and that now political parties are going to be funded, it is imperative for political parties to ensure they put important structures to run political parties as they are supposed to be. But as the Honorable Wandai takes that trajectory and moves forward and supports the budget, I would also ask him to look at a budget has two phases. One, the incomes and the outflows. So as you support this, also support the revenue-raising measures so that we have enough money to fund the budget and to fund political parties. You cannot celebrate because we have budgeted for political parties and frown when it comes to revenue-raising measures. So, Honorable Speaker, I would like to put it on record so that, Honorable, we want to have him on record that he supports the revenue-raising measures for this country so that we are able to fund political parties. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Now we can move on.
Thank you. Next order. Next order.
Order number 11, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, the Honorable Wandai, the Honorable Yamita, take your seats. Take your seats. Members, let's take your seats so that we proceed with this very important matter this morning. Members, we are in the Committee of the Whole House to consider the Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024. It is a supplementary appropriation bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024. And we will start with the schedules, then we'll go to the clauses because the schedules have an impact on the clauses. So we'll start with the first schedule.
First schedule.
I propose that the first schedule be the schedule of the bill. Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I wish to move that the first schedule be amended A in vote R1071 by deleting the figure 8,818,125,506 in column 3, supply, under the program 0717000, General Administration, Planning and Support Services, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 9,489,125,560. B, in vote R1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 2,127,400,766 Kenya shillings in column 3 supply under the program 0718000 Public Finance Management, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 386,400,766. C, in vote R1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 74,040,000 in column 3, that is supply, under the program 0719000 Economic and Financial Policy Formulation and Management, and substituting therefore Kenya shillings, the figure Kenya shillings 124,040,000. D, in vote 1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 1,686,784,580 in column 3 supply under the program 0717000 General Administration, Planning and Support Services, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 1,086,784,580 shillings. A, in vote D1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 5,677,875,310 in column 3, that is supply, under the program 0718000 Public Financial Management, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 6,977,875,310. In vote D 1071, by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 3 billion 292 million 790,000 in column 3, that is supply under the program 0719-000 economic and financial policy formulation and management, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 3 billion 612 million 790,000 J by effecting the consequential amendment therefore. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, just for the comfort of members, at a time like this when we are working with so many documents, what we do at the end of it is clean up. So what you are just doing is realignment and clean up. There is nothing consequential, and that is why the sum total is zero sum.
Thank you, Chair. I now propose the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed by the Chair. Honorable Nyikal.
Whereas I agree with the Chair that at this time we're just actually doing alignments, but does it mean, we have it on record, that actually this does not mean any fine change in the amounts that in the areas that are affected, so that everything remains as we saw them yesterday when we were discussing the document?
Chair, confirm that these are what we passed yesterday and that no vote is losing or gaining.
Thank you very much, Daktari and Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I can confirm authoritatively that this is just pure cleanup. If you look, as you check, Daktari, this is just pure movement from possibly recurrent to development. It usually happens all the time, and there is no consequential change.
I therefore put the question, the first schedule of the bill be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question. There is a further amendment by the legal majority, if it's in the House. Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Chair, having consulted with the Chair and the Chair of Education Committee, and considering that we have only about 3 weeks to the end of the financial year, and the challenges that might be there, foreseeable challenges with the exchequer releases, we have agreed that the concerns that were there on these figures for university funding are issues that we can address in the next financial year from next week. I therefore wish to drop this amendment after consulting with the two chairs.
Thank you so much. So the amendments by the Honorable Majority Leader are hereby dropped. I therefore put the question that the first schedule as amended be the schedule of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Second schedule.
I propose the question that the second schedule be the schedule of the bill. Honorable Chair, second schedule.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I wish to move that the second schedule to the bill be amended as it appears on the order paper, that is A, as it appears on B, C, and D, and E in the order paper, Honorable Chair. And again, this is majorly, as you check, it is in the health sector. The chair is here, and also in the education sector. It is exactly the same thing, realignment of the votes, so that we do a tidy job. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. I propose the question, therefore, that the second schedule be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it. Members, I now put the question, therefore, that the second schedule as amended be the schedule of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many other opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Members, I propose a question that clauses 2, 3, 4, and 5 be the clause of the bill. Be part of the bill. No amendments. I therefore put the question that clauses 2, 3, 4, and 5 be part of the bill. Will a member of that opinion say aye? Will a member of that opinion say nay? Ayes have it. As I propose the question, that the title will be the title of the bill. Because I know members, I therefore put the question that the title will be the title of the bill. Will a member of that opinion say aye? Will a member of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose a question that clause 1 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. You recall that the Honorable Majority Leader Ignatius dropped an amendment a few minutes ago. I would like, before we finalize this process, to give a chance to the Chairman of the Budget Committee to make a statement on that, what was dropped by the Majority Leader. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, and I want to thank my brother and our leader, Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, because we have had a discussion. The same vote that he was very concerned that it was not funded has been funded adequately. That is in regards to the recently concluded ADB Bank Group Conference. And just for the record, Honorable Chair, what we have done is to recommend an amendment to the Supplementary Appropriations Bill 2024, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024. Honorable Chair, at the vote R1071, there is an emerging need to settle the outstanding pending bill for the recently concluded African Development Bank Group Conference held at KICC. I recommend reallocation of item 1071001302, that is Public Sector Accounting Standards Board, Kenya shillings 240 million, and Kenya shillings 172 million from 1071000204, National Government Budget Process, 2630-100 current grants to government agencies and other levels of government budget reserve. The Honorable Chair, what you are basically doing is to transfer what I have read into the settlement of the pending bill accrued through the recently concluded African Development Bank Group Conference held at KICC to a tune of the same amount, Honorable Chair, of roughly 450 million Kenya shillings. And Honorable Chair, therefore, there is no change in the overall program. There is no change in the overall budget. It is also just part of the realignments as requested by the National Treasury.
Thank you, Chair. That, members, marks the end of the Committee of the Whole House. What is out of order now?
Chair, I just seek to be guided on. I know that from what I heard, it sounds like we actually having an amendment after you had actually go through. Would that be in order, or if that needed to be changed?
There's no amendment. He was just expressing his agreement with the amendment earlier dropped.
Or he was explaining what was earlier dropped
Correct.
by the leader of majority?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Correct. Members, that marks the end of the Committee of the Whole House on the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, Bill number 32 of 2024. I therefore call upon the mover to move for reporting. Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Thank you, members. I therefore put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Chairperson, you may report.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Mover.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request the member for Kikuyu and the leader of majority, the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second and allow me, Honorable Speaker, to thank members for the devotion that they have shown. Despite this being a morning sitting on a Thursday, which is not usual, that members were here in time, and to also thank the members of the Budget and Appropriations Committee for their continued commitment in this work, as well as our very diligent staff from the Parliamentary Budget Office. Honorable Speaker, to take this opportunity to call on the National Treasury, because today is around the 6th of June, we have less than 24 working days or 24 days, calendar days, to the end of this financial year, to ensure that they have exchequer releases well ahead of time before the close of the financial year, so that the MDAs that have additional allocations that need to be expended within this financial year are expended, and especially so those that have pending bills, where Kenyans are suffering because of bills that have been pending for long. And I do notice there are quite a number of agencies that have been appropriated for resources for settlement of pending bills. Honorable Speaker, it is my plea that the National Treasury works with speed to ensure that the exchequer releases come out in time, so that all those Kenyans who have been waiting for the payments from government are able to receive their payments, and this money can recirculate back into the economy and help our country grow. With those remarks, Honorable Speaker, I beg to second.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, I now put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover to reply.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2024, be now read at that time. And Honorable Speaker, I also want to thank every member of this House for being very supportive throughout the process. Their insights have enriched the entire budget-making process, and especially in regards to supplementary too. I also want to thank all the departmental chairs. They have done a tremendous job within a very short time, and the memberships also of all departmental committees. I want to thank them, Honorable Speaker. I also want to thank the members of the Budget and Appropriations Committee. They have been tirelessly working for the last 2.5 weeks, Honorable Chair. Some have actually never gone home because we have been working day and night to see this process complete. And when I see even Honorable Naisura, Honorable Chair, being bright today, I am wondering why, because she's supposed to be sleepy. She's been working throughout, and I wonder even when they get some rest. Honorable Chair, even our staff, I can see them here. Honorable Chair, starting from our clerk of the National Assembly, and also the Director of the Parliamentary Budget Office, Dr. Masinde. I can see Dan Kachumbo. They are donning a very presidential suite. And also I can see Dr. Abel and Julie. And Honorable Chair, just for members to note, they have been very pivotal. Julie and Abel and Honorable Chair, just for members to know, we were in the same university, Kenyatta University, with this great team. Honorable Chair, I wish to move and request the Honorable Honorable George Murugara to second this motion.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you very much, the Speaker of the National Assembly. Before I second, allow me to thank and commend the Chair of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, because he may not be able to thank himself for the incredible work he has done with the speed and dedication. Allow me also to thank the members of Parliament who have actually moved this with the speed it deserves. Let the government get their supplementary appropriations, and we as members of Parliament will retreat to this House to do our 3 cardinal duties, which are representation, oversight, and budgeting, so that as the government executes what we allocate to it, we are there to watch what is happening to public money that must be used prudently. With those remarks, I beg to second.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, be now read a third time. Honorable Mwasi, what do you want to say?
Madam Speaker, may I also appreciate the work that the committee has done and the chair, but I also want to stress what the leader of majority said earlier, that the Treasury must make sure that there's exchequer release. Otherwise, it would be a waste of time for us to sit and pass supplementary budget and they don't release the exchequer. And number 2, the MDAs, the agencies, the ministries who have asked for more money, to make sure that if the money is released, they spend it within the time that is remaining. And I actually would propose that agencies that get money and don't spend it actually be sanctioned later on. With that, Madam Speaker, I support.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and their application towards the service of the year ending the 30th June 2024, and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes. Order number 12, motion, consideration of the budget estimates for the financial year 2024-2025, general debate, third and last allotted day.
Those members, yes, what is your point of order, Honorable Pukose?
Madam Speaker, most members had contributed this, and you remember we were here up to very late evening. May I ask that the mover be called upon to reply? Yes.
Is that the mood of the House?
Yes.
Okay, mover may reply. Hold on, Honorable Ndindi. Honorable members, I now put the question that the mover be called to reply. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So, mover, you have now the authority.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as I said in the beginning when we were moving this motion, for the benefit of members who are not here yesterday afternoon, first of all, I want to state that the budget that we have passed, Honorable Speaker, in conclusion of the second reading, is Kenya shillings 4 trillion .006. And Honorable Speaker, we have done something that has never happened in the entire budget-making process in Kenya, in the recorded history, that this House passed the BPS level of the budget at Kenya shillings 4.18 trillion, Honorable Speaker. And because this House is prudent, Honorable Speaker, this House has now and will be approving a budget that is a climb down from 4.18 trillion as it was in the BPS to the current level of 4.006 trillion, Honorable Speaker. The essence of this is just to show prudence that yes, we are ambitious as a country in terms of setting the revenue targets, but this House is moderating the same optimism so that we come closer to the reality, and the reality is benchmarking with what has been recorded as revenue in the previous period, Honorable Speaker. And I say so because, Honorable Chair, in this current financial year, we are likely to have a shortfall of revenue collection, and it is because of that this House, Honorable Speaker, the National Treasury, and the Executive, we felt it is important that we make a budget that aligns with the realities of revenue collection. Honorable Speaker, I want to also hail two more things. One is that, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I want to say a few more things so that members can also appreciate. Honorable Speaker, in the year 2023, calendar year, this economy of Kenya grew by 5.6% in terms of GDP. And Honorable Speaker, that was ranking Kenya as among the 27th fastest growing economies in the world. Honorable Speaker, our inflation in the month of May was 5.1% year on year. Our inflation in the month of April was actually 5%, Honorable Speaker. Our benchmark target for inflation is 5% with a band of 2.5% either way. And therefore it means we are well within our benchmark as a country, Honorable Speaker, and that is commendable. Honorable Speaker, our currency has been gaining. From January to date, our local currency has gained over 15% against the greenback. It has also gained around 17% against the sterling pound. Our currency has also gained around 18% against most of the regional currencies. Honorable Speaker, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that this House, led by our leadership and all the members of this House, have been doing an incredible job in passing laws and in passing regulations that are in tandem with an economy that is thriving. Honorable Speaker, I want to cite out a few things as requested by you, Honorable Speaker. One is that we have been able to add Kenya shillings 10 billion into fertilizer subsidy. Fertilizer subsidy will go into making agriculture, and especially the farming part of agriculture, profitable for the Kenyan farmers. Honorable Speaker, out of the same intervention last financial year, we saw about a huge harvest, Honorable Speaker, where the harvest of maize in our country, Honorable Speaker, which is our staple food, grew from 45 million bags, which is average production every year, to 65 million bags, Honorable Speaker, just to show the fiscal intervention of providing subsidized fertilizer is paying off. So therefore, Honorable Speaker, we have allocated 10 million shillings into fertilizer subsidy. We have allocated Kenya shillings 2 billion into coffee cherry fund. We have allocated monies into sugar reforms to clear off the debt that is owed to sugarcane farmers out of the supply they have made in publicly owned factories, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Kenya, to a large extent, some areas need us to boost because we need Kenya to develop together. And in that respect, in this bill, Honorable Speaker, we have also proposed over 10 billion Kenya shillings into equalization fund. Honorable Speaker, the pastoralists of Kenya lost their livestock during the previous periods of famine. They have also lost their livestock during the previous periods of insecurity. And in that respect, we have input Kenya shillings 1 billion into restocking, into livestock restocking out of the pastoralists who lost their livelihoods. Honorable Speaker, we have also included monies for electrification in our constituencies. We have added, on top of the usual budget in the energy sector, we have also included Kenya shillings, and members need to hear this. We have included, on top of the usual budget, we have included 14.5 billion Kenya shillings, monies that will be divided equally among all the 290 constituencies for electrification of our villages and estates in the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, what we did in the narration of that vote, because we know there are some constituencies which has very high connectivity, but they also have other challenges around lighting. The narrative is that the Member of Parliament can actually propose either electrification projects or street lighting projects. The same will be done under the same 50 million Kenya shillings, Honorable Speaker, so that we continue to grow our nation in across all areas, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as I come to the conclusion, we have added monies to NGCDF, as members can see, from 53 billion in this current financial year to 62.9 billion Kenya shillings. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, the parents of Kenya are going to get much more in bursaries. We are going to get much more in infrastructure in our education sector. We are going to get much more boosted infrastructure in our security sector, which is the domain of NGCDF. We have also added fresh monies, fresh money that was not there before. Monies for GAF, Honorable Speaker. We have added 500 million Kenya shillings, monies that will go into boosting the kitty that does a lot of things, and especially social interventions in our counties. Honorable Speaker, the list is endless. It is long. But I want to assure the Kenyan people that we have made a budget that will respond to the needs of the Kenyan people, the needs of our economy, and I see an economy that will grow into bounds as we implement this budget. With those many remarks, Honorable Chair, I beg to reply.
Honorable members, I think this marks the end of a very eventful period, in my opinion.